Steel Samurai show. I watched from the last row of the stage would lit well, but it was dark out in the audience. Swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that I suppose. I do remember the contents of the show very well. Is that proof enough for you? Those moving screens were seared into this old man's heart. I'll never forget them. Bet. So you were watching the theater proper, watching the Steel Samurai stage show, were you? Of course I was. I have a great fondness for the Steel Samurai. Yeah, I was pretty cool up there, wasn't I? You're not the one who was cool, it's the Steel Samurai who was cool. Yeah, and the Steel Samurai's special finishing move today was really something, huh? Hey, Edgy! Who is she? Who's this super cute girl? Mine! She's been standing here this whole time and only now he notices her? Her name is Kay Faraday, and she's helping me in my investigation. She's mine! Sorry, I didn't get to introduce myself earlier. Better late than never. Yeah, it's okay. I'm Larry. Bye. Silence in the peanut gallery. There's no time for such trivialness like you. Mr. Prosecutor, it's the final battle. You got that? I know. This is the end for that man there. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I like to hear. I think I'll give trusting you a try, Mr. Prosecutor, or rather, Mr. Edgeworth. And leave this critical battle up to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Have no fear, I will finish the job. This really is the end game. The time has come to expose every last one of Mr. Alba's lies. If you know it so well, how about you start reciting the show back to me? Line for line. Fuck that. Hard to prove. I do remember the comments. Line by line. Well, I remember the content of the show as well myself. That's nice. That's nice. Miles Edgeworth, don't allow yourself to be riled up by him at this important juncture. I wasn't planning to let him. Well, if you ask me, I think I'm the biggest Steel Samurai expert around here. And you think the climactic scene of today's show was just totally awesome? Yes, I remember that well, and that spectacular special move. The way you delivered the final blow against the evil magistrate. Early summer rain jab. That scene will live on in my heart forever. Ah, you fucked up! Is that how it went? Totally forgot about that. How can you forget your own special moves? That's a special attack that the Steel Samurai uses when he's using his samurai spear. Yes, and today was the first time they showed it off, was it not? If I hadn't watched the show, then how could I answer you with the name of the move? I suppose you're correct, but if you could please elaborate for this point for me. Was it though? Was it? I don't know. I don't think he could have done it. Suck my cock. The special move today was the early summer rain job. Is that your final answer? It's for the $1 million. Final answer? You little irritating gnat. Do you think you can trip me up by asking the same question over and over? That was not my intention. Your testimony is more than sufficient. However, I believe it would be wise for you to take a look at this. The samurai spear, what about it? This spear actually never made it on stage today. Excuse me. Unfortunately for you, tonight's Steel Samurai happened to be a goof of a young man with an abundance of useless hot-bloodedness. Having said that, said useless man bent the spear during his rehearsal this evening. Okay, do you remember what the Steel Samurai special move was tonight? They've said it 8 million times. It was the Steel Samurai Sushi Slash. Correct, because he couldn't use a spear. Last minute change was made. Had you really been watching the show, you wouldn't have known the move that was used. Had you been watching it. Quercus Alba. You didn't watch even a single minute of the Steel Samurai stage show tonight, did you? So if he wasn't watching the show tonight, then it opens up the possibility that he was busy killing Mr. Kochin instead. So where were you during the show? I demand an answer now. He's done. Cooked. What is so funny? You're so sloppy. And so are your conclusions. I still insist that I watch the show, or most of it in any case. What do you mean by most of it? You see, during the show, I left my seat for a spell to visit the bathroom. As in, that was when that dramatic scene was played out on stage. That's the lousiest, lamest excuse I've ever heard in my life, pal. Just because he got the name of the move wrong. You can't really use that as proof they didn't watch the show at all. Him leaving to go to the bathroom is enough time for him to kill someone. How long does he think it takes to stab someone? As a fan of the Steel Samurai, I'd wanted to watch the entire show. Honest. As a Steel Samurai fan, for someone who wasn't even in a seat for the climax of the show, you have no right to call yourself a Steel Samurai fan, ever! That's not important right now. Hello? Who was that just now? It would be I, young lady! Larry, what are you doing interrupting me like that? Angie, just hold on for a second, I beg. You may never accept this old man as a Steel Samurai fan, but I totally think he's a Steel Maniac. What exactly is a Steel Maniac, pal? I believe he meant a Steel Samurai Maniac. Yeah, trust me, I know a real fan when I see him because I'm the Steel Samurai. Kill yourself. Oh god, I will never acknowledge you as the true Steel Samurai. What are you getting so worked up over, Mr. Edgeworth? It appears that the real Samurai recognizes me as a fan. As well he should, for I'm a fan. I'm not as though I missed the entire show. It was a most amazing show, filled with the spirit of the young and young at heart. That sarcasm dripping from his long wooden nose. It wouldn't run any thicker. Couldn't run any thicker. Getting the name of the move wrong only proves that he didn't watch the last scene. What I really need here is something more definitive. Something that links Mr. Alba directly to the murder of Mr. Kochin. You know what, Gramps? You're really something else. I'm honored to receive such praise from the Steel Samurai. What is it for? Well, I was just wondering how you found out about the move. That move is a bit of a secret that only a small portion of the staff know about. Wait. It was a secret? Larry, wait, what did you just say? Huh? Did I say something stupid again? Did you just say that the early summer rain jab was actually a secret? Well, maybe I shouldn't have said secret. It's more like we only decided on the name of the move right before the start of the show. Right before? Yeah, the stage director was going nuts because we were supposed to debut the move. About 5 minutes before the show, we threw it up on the dressing room's whiteboard. Early summer rain jab. That's kind of how we decided the name of the move. But by that time, I'd already bent the spear, so I guess the whole thing was kind of pointless. All of you Steel Samurai actors are the same. The director has my complete sympathy. So basically, because we changed the move to the sushi slice, we kind of pretended that the early summer rain jab didn't exist at all. I mean, it'd be bad if someone found out we'd changed the move, so we made it a secret. So basically, a gag order was issued for publicity's sake. It almost makes the move sound like a lost art. Yeah, which is why I think most of the staff hadn't even heard of the move. Hold those lips of yours still. What the heck, old man? I've done nothing but listen. From what I can tell, it's all very unrelated to the case. It's all very tedious and a pointless exercise and wasting time, much like a kid's show. Anyways, Mr. Alba, I believe the one who should be quiet now is you. How dare you! I suspect that you've already noticed exactly what the very severe implications are in this man's testimony. So now you're trying to bully me, huh? There are no implications to be read into a behind-the-scenes story of a kid show. Don't even think about trying to slither your way out of this, Corcus Alba. You were the one who said it yourself, and that was the name of the move was. The move. But the name was only decided upon right before the show was about to start. So what are you driving at? That the name of the move you told us was never used in the show or said aloud. Now then, would you care to tell us about how you found out the name of that move? Because I can only think of one way you could have known. Corcus Alba, this is the only way you could have known about the special move. Yeah, you saw it. You knew the name because you saw it. You saw it on the dressing room's whiteboard. Yep. The staff members who knew were keeping it a secret. So you couldn't have simply gone up to a staff member and asked. You wouldn't even know there was a new move anywhere. Which means that the only other option left is that you saw it on the whiteboard. So that means Mr. Alba was in the waiting room at some point, right? What's a big deal, sir? I don't see what that means. There's another piece of evidence that has a great deal to do with the dressing room. So that we can't afford to let that slide. This is related to both the dressing room and to Mr. Cochin's murder. What? Like this? It has to be the push cart. That's the only thing related, right? I don't know how it's related. It's not that. Push cart, I guess. Security camera? Push cart. Oh, from the dressing room. Okay. The push cart that was used to move the body was right there in the dressing room. I didn't read the second half. During the show, the push cart awaited its turn to be pushed on stage in the dressing room. And it was finally pushed there, along with the Iron Infant, in the last scene of the show. Oh my god, the body's already there. And then right after the show ended, it went into Alcehst along with the Steel Samurai. Which means that the only time the killer could have placed the body inside the pushcart was when the pushcart was in the dressing room backstage. So basically, the killer has to be someone who visited the dressing room during the show. Precisely. Oh, but wait. What if this is just a what if? What if the murder didn't take place in the dressing room? What do you mean, Kay? I have to admit, she brings up a valid possibility. During the show, the dressing room was supposed to be devoid of people. Anyone going into the private dressing room would stand out like a sore thumb. But despite that, the killer still managed to move the body with the pushcart. Correct, and it is because of the setup of the theater's dressing room. That'd be an ideal location for the murder of Manikochin. Corcus Alba, during the show you went down to the dressing room, and I want to know why. Yes. Yes, I was there. I went into the dressing room. I knew it! I'm placing you under arrest right now, pal. You got that? Arrest! Not the vast. What is it now? Don't I deserve a chance to explain myself? Explain? What is there to explain? I believe I told you earlier that I went to the bathroom. Well, I got lost when I did. Oh my god. I wanted to ask for directions, but when I opened the dressing room door, no one was inside. That's why I saw the name of the move on the whiteboard. You pug, still trying to get out of this? Do you really think you can get away at this point? Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there anything you can do to stop him? I don't have enough evidence on him to do anything. I don't have the airtight evidence I need to put this man away for good. But if that's what I need, then perhaps. Agent Lang, I believe an investigation of the dressing room in question is in order. It's possible that we may find new evidence there. Yeah, if Mr. Edgeworth pokes around in there, I'm sure he'll find some new facts, pal. Oh, and if we use Little Thief, we may even learn something from a recreation. We don't need to do any of that. What? Wolfie? How could you? Not saying this to be mean. It's just that I've already searched there. My men really are something else. And they found nothing? There's only one thing I can say to you, sis, and it's that they found nothing. That's it. I guess you're right. If they had found something, they would have reported it to us. They couldn't find anything because there's nothing there to find. If there's no info to feed into Little Thief, then I can't do much to help either. Is this the end? The murder took place in this theater, which is not protected under extraterritorial rights. And the fact that it was Mr. Alba himself who committed the murder. If I can't prove both the statements to be true, Mr. Alba walks away a free man. Is there no other course of action left to us? By the way, how does this guy get lost when he's an ambassador? He literally knows the layout of this area. It would appear that your hand of cards has turned out to be a bust. Now, if you'll excuse me, because of you people, I missed my flight. I must make haste to arrange for a new one. Who is it? Who? Who is it this time? Hold it right there, you whippersnappers. Oh, god damn it. Oh, first Larry, now you. What is that scary mobster-like scowl on your face, Edgy-Poo? Don't treat me like I'm some sort of nuisance. I've been meaning to say this but all of you keep talking about things I don't get at all. You're all saying that leaving this lady in the sad, depressing, lonely dust that I'm about to cry. Why did you have to speak up right at this instant? But you know what, Edgy-Poo? Cheer up. Because I'm about to give you the most wonderful thing. Please, God, no. The most wonderful thing from you. It's so super special that I couldn't give it away to just anyone, you know. Oh, God, please, God, no. My special present of love to my sweet Edgy-Poo. Are you ready? Is this? It's a box of those samurai dogs, right? Yeah, so Edgy-Poo, here, go on and eat one, and you'll feel right as rain. Nice, just let it hang. Dot, dot, dot. Are we through here? Why did everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Edgy-Poo, tell me you understand the depths of this lady's love for you. I'm not the one to hand out snacks willy-nilly, you know, no sir. The thought occurred to me that maybe it would be so good, and you're nice and full one day. It's my dream to serve you some good food. I mean, isn't it the desire of everyone to make food that someone they love? A long time ago. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something about her? There's no power on earth that can force that woman into silence. Oh, God. Well, I'm so sick and tired of it. All you people do is look down on me. Even this box of samurai dogs played me for a fool. I'd had a special design of this fan, like the Japanese flag, so I thought it was special. Oh my God, it's a drop of blood. Thank Jesus Christ. When I ate one, it tasted just like the rest. Oh, it made me so mad. Oh my God, it's a drop of blood. It's a drop of blood. Wait, a special box with a Hinomaru, like, fan on it. I fucking hate weebs. I've never heard of such a piece of merchandise existing before. However, there it is. The red rising sun on this fan is filled in. Is it possible? Could it be? After the show, the samurai dogs were piled up on the dressing room floor. However, there is no such thing as the rising sun dog. Logic! It's a contradiction of facts between something that should not exist and yet does. The rays from this rising sun may be just what we needed to point us in the right direction. At present, the studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boy. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them into the pushcart just to move them all. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Cochin at this theater and placed his body inside the pushcart. Then, you forced the Seal Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. It's time to place the final piece of this logic puzzle together, no matter how fragile or small the connections may be. Once we found them all, the truth may be revealed. Body in the pushcart, boxes were sitting together. Combine. 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 The killer used the pushcart to transport the body, which means that they had to remove the samurai dogs from within first. Therefore, the samurai dogs that were piled up in the dressing room floor were most likely taken out to the pushcart by the killer. Connect! Connect! I need a blood test! That which should not exist. This box of samurai dogs with the whatever on it. The fucking rising sun. If this red rising sun was filled in when the killer was busy removing dogs from the pushcart, it's proof that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red substance turns out to what I believe it to be. Windy old bag. Thank you. I thank you. I hear a fountain. What you have given to me is truly something very special. Adripo! Mr. Edgeworth, are you sure you're feeling okay, sir? Mr. Alba, as I suspected, you killed Mr. Coach in the dressing room. Hold up. How many times must I listen to you repeat yourself? Haven't you figured it out yet? Your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. The only way I'm going to continue to cooperate is with some definitive evidence. That arrogance, that self-confidence. You believe that you've erased every piece of evidence that could incriminate you. However, there remains one piece here, and it is what will put you away for good. Huh, you're bluffing. Oh? Mr. Prosecutor, sounds like you finally found him. You finally found the fangs we need to go after this guy's jugular. So tell us, what about that box of samurai dogs is going to put that old man away? The trace evidence that will bring him down. Why, it's here, of course. It is blood! A box of samurai dogs with the rising sun fan on it. This should never have existed. So I want you all to take a good look at this red spot. It's a single drop of blood. Huh? What? What do you say? Agent Lang, I'd like this blood analyzed post-haste. We gotta admit, I'm a bit surprised. I can't believe we found blood in a place like this. Hey you, get this down to the lab, pronto. Well, why was there blood on the box to begin with? If we think about the flow of the crime, I think the reason will become obvious. Larry, you said that you transported the samurai dogs into the pushcart, correct? Yeah, if you have a good memory, Edgeworth. That pushcart was a bit too big for my son, you know what I mean? So to make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in. Figured the samurai dogs were there, so I pushed them to fill up the cart. If what Larry says is true, then what were the boxes doing on the floor? I see, the killer took them out in order to place the body in the pushcart. Exactly, and that was when I believe the victim's blood found its way onto the box. But when my men investigated the room, not a single box of samurai dogs was in there. Because embassy staff members had already confiscated them. I want every single one looked at, and I want to find if any of them have blood on them. Any other ones. Because it's possible. Yes, no doubt to hide the evidence of the murder. It's a good thing old Bag managed to steal that one box before they got to him, huh? Looks like Miss Old Bag managed to put this great thief to shame. What a scandalous way to putting that. I didn't steal. I received it from myself. Quercus Alba, I'd say this was one very fatal oversight on your part. Sorry to rain on your parade. How can it be so confident in a no-win situation for him like this? Even if that blood turns out to belong to Mr. Cochin, then what? Huh. So Mr. Edgeworth, it sounds like he's not ready to call it quits yet, huh? The sole piece of evidence that was left at the scene of the crime. That alone has shed light on the new fact. At the very least, we now have proof that the murder occurred in the dressing room. And you say that you say that like it means anything, something, huh? Excuse me, sirs. Report. What were the results of the analysis? Sir, the analysis came back and confirmed that the red substance is blood. I knew it. With this Quercus Alba. Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might humor my question. Your question? The one from before, or have you forgotten? Even if that is Mr. Cochin's blood, what difference would it make? Like we already told you, it proves that the crime scene was that dressing room. And you've already placed yourself in that dressing room. But it doesn't prove that I'm your killer, does it? That's... We can place you in the dressing room when no one else was there. As Mr. Cochin died. That's a very good point. The blood on that box doesn't prove that Mr. Alba is the killer. Then, this evidence, it's meaningless? No, because it, in conjunction with the motive and how he places himself at the scene of the crime, with his motive, with dude dying there, we have it solid. Unless everyone in that theater, like the crew, were in on it, it's impossible any of them did it. Because they would have all been together. It proves he did it. This would hold up in court, I guarantee you, 100%. There is a lot less cases decided on a murder charge with less evidence than this. This is a very strong case. That can't be. We were so close, sir. I want to smack that smug look off his face. Come on, there's got to be something we can do. We finally found a solid piece of evidence. There must be something I can expose with it. Ugh. I can't think of a single thing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. Oh my fucking god! Who was that? It's too late. I won't allow anyone to stop me now. The blood's yours. It wasn't me, pal. It wasn't me this time either. Wasn't me. It was me! Why did you? Because I haven't finished reporting everything to you, sir. There's more. What? Hurry up and spit it out. Yes, sir. That blood I mentioned is not of the same type of the victim's blood. What? No. Yes. What? Yes. No, this is very important. Critical, actually. What do you mean it's not the same type? You mean it's not the victim's blood? If it isn't his, then who the hell is it? I don't know, sir. All I know is it's not the same type of the victim as the blood type as the victim. Which we do now, Mr. Edgeworth. I have no idea what's what anymore. We take Alba's blood right now because if we can prove he was wounded there, it means he wasn't wounded earlier, that he didn't get stabbed. That destroys his self-defense claim too, because that murder happened after Manny was dead. This is critical. If we can prove he was wounded previously, we win. Easy clap. Neither do I. My, what an amusing turn of events. That blood drop proves something to be true, alright? Namely, my words. And which one of your words would that be? The ones where I said that your words were meaningless, worthless, and powerless. That blood has nothing to do with that murder investigation whatsoever. And I'll remind you that the blood got into the box long before it entered my embassy. What sort of nonsense? Yeah, it's blood, pal. There's no way it's not related to the murder. So you'd like to believe. What if someone preparing the samurai dogs had a small nosebleed? When then? I get those. I can agree with that. I get that's possible. Damn it, have we been wasting our time on a red herring? The blood doesn't belong to anyone connected to the case. That should be a clue enough. Quercus Alba, you bastard! Silence! Don't you ever address me with such a word again. I've wasted enough time here with you, and you have your answers. Now let me through. Alba, doesn't matter where you run off to, you'll never escape me. Someday, I'll have the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you. You'll see. And all of Interpol will be behind me, working to see to it that that day comes. You know what your words sound like to me? Sound like the whinings of a pathetic loser of a mutt. Oh! Is this really the extent of all we can do? Is the blood really from someone completely unrelated to the case? Or is there another possibility, someone else other than the victim? Just when I thought I had him backed in the corner, it is I who have been backed into one. In a situation like this, what would that man do? What would he, who can turn any desperate situation around, do? Turn it around. That's it. I must turn my way of thinking around. It's not whose blood is this. It's whose blood who could get onto the box like this. And if I think about it that way, if the blood got onto the box when the body was being placed into the pushcart, then the owner of said blood must have been in the dressing room at the time. And there's only one person that could be. Well, I must praise you for trying so hard. It's because of you, kids, that I was removed from the center of stage. And I'll be forced to live the rest of my life in the shadows, unfortunately. That's not a total loss, as the underworld will allow me more freedom than you'll ever know. Freedom, like what the raven feels as it flies through the dark night sky. You can't lay a finger on me. No, not now or ever. The arm of the law is powerless before me. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Powerless, is it? I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. What do you mean? Allow me to describe you in one word. Pitiful. Pitiful. How so? Quercus alba, your wings were clipped long ago. And for some reason, for someone who was trying to fly away with them, away on them without noticing that fact, pitiful is the perfect word to describe you. Mere words. What do you mean by his wings are clipped, Mr. Edgeworth? Just what do you think it means, Kay? We'd already caught him in our trap a while back, with an incredibly powerful definitive piece of evidence. Hey, Earth prosecutor, care to speak English? What the fuck are you talking about? What piece of evidence? The piece I speak of is, of course, this drop of blood. But you know this isn't not from the victim. I don't see how it remains relevant to the case at all. Ms. von Karma, I believe that this is exactly why it's very important to the case. And the part that is the most important is the fact that it's not the victim's blood. You're looking a little pale. Good. Then I believe you are already aware of what I mean. Do you know who the blood belongs to? Of course I do. This piece of evidence is irrefutable proof that will stop the killer in the tracks. The blood that soiled this box of samurai dogs belongs to this person. Suck my cock. The blood of the rising sun of this box belongs to you, Quercus alba. What? What? Why is his blood on the box of samurai dogs? He's not even a victim. The blood fell onto the box when Mr. Kochin's body was being loaded into the pushcart. At that time, the only two people in the dressing room were the victim and his killer. So what do you mean if the blood doesn't belong to the victim? Then there's only one other person it could belong to. Yes, and that person is the murderer himself. That's the only logical conclusion. But Mr. Kochin was the one who was stabbed, sir. Why would Mr. Alba have been the one bleeding? What if during the murder Mr. Kochin fought back? Oh, he had the fucking key on him. He used this on him, but it was washed. You mean if before Mr. Alba could have killed him, Mr. Kochin managed to wound Mr. Alba? Yes, I believe we have a piece of evidence that proves that he was bleeding then. Was the evidence that shows Mr. Alba was probably bleeding at the time. Take that! Mr. Alba, you bear on your body a great wound. That was from when Damask II attacked me with a pair of scissors. Yeah, and what happened way after he was in the that happened way after he was in the dressing room. But is that what really happened? You can manufacture a weapon by smearing blood on it, so I can't just accept that as a fact. Shall we try and test Mr. Alba and see if the shape of your wound matches the scissors? You really are something else, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't let a single thing slip by you, no matter how insignificant the possibility. You're the one to talk, Mr. Alba. You managed to give the law the slip for 10 years as the smuggling ring's leader. No matter the danger, you can hide every last ounce of fear and anxiety from everyone. You truly are a one-of-a-kind criminal. A one-of-a-kind jail man. I'm the master of my fear. My fear fears me. However, to think that a person such as you could miss such a large thing. I believe I've overlooked something. You said that my wound was caused by Mr. Cochin. And that it was caused here in one of the theater's dressing rooms, right? Yes, that's correct. I'd like to point out that it's simply not possible. My wound is a stab wound, and one that could only have come from a blade. I wonder where you will propose that such a weapon came from. This theater was packed with security guards. I'm dancing past your body, dude. I'm already at the courthouse waiting for the judge to fucking throw you in jail. Ah, goddamn it, I didn't even read it. It's impossible. Yeah, fuck off. It's already it's the key. Just as Mr. Alba was able to bring in the Albahastian knife in the bouquet, there must have been some other way to sneak in a weapon of some sort. As long as you can't prove that what that other way is, all you're talking about, Mr. Coaching, stabbing me is pure nonsense. So what that other way does exist, you'd better hurry and tell me now. Easy. Dabbing all the way there, with pleasure. Wait, what? This piece of evidence shows us how Mr. Cochin brought a weapon into this theater. Sit the fuck down, bitch. I'm done with you. Get the fuck out of here. Among law enforcement, this piece of evidence, this piece is known as the thief's key. That key! The key that my father stole from here 7 years ago. And it's very unique in that it has both a key and a knife, meaning that under the guise of a key, it could have been easily brought into the theater. You can dispose of the knife that stabbed you. Therefore, you wiped off the blood and placed it back in Mr. Cochin's pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. And inside that safe, there's a document about Kodofia's paper signed by Mr. Cochin. In order to make it look like Mr. Cochin died as the leader of the smuggling ring, you had to make it so that the police were the ones who opened that safe. All that hard work to save yourself only served to destroy you in the end. Shall we try matching this knife's blade with your wound, Mr. Corcus Alba? Yield. I am done. And that is what some may call the coup de grace. Impossible. You can't take me down. Swine, all of you. Especially Manny Cochin. This is all because of that man's betrayal. He sought to steal control of the smuggling from me by removing me as ambassador, which is why he deserved to die with bearing the guilt for all of the crimes for me. That's why I sent out the thief's card and how this incident was born. Manny was supposed to be the smuggling ring's leader who was killed by the thief, but I had yet another reason, yet another story that was supposed to play out. Manny's death was supposed to bring everything to a close, and I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling prosecutors. Mr. Alba, I'm afraid there is one more question I forgot to ask. This country's, or Albahast, which country's court would you like to face first? Yes! Oh! My man! Either way, it's game over for you. My fucking man went off. Edgeworth! Tree falling. Yo, ooh. God. Whoa. Yo. Edgeworth, king. Whoa, that's it. Big day. It's Mr. Alba's trial today. And next week he's scheduled to stand trial in his own country of Albahast. Francisca is heading that one. I suspect she'll be serving a full course of whiplashes at it. Having to face Miss Von Karma in court right after facing you, sir. It's a double fuck. I don't even want to think what that would be like. Got a glimpse of Mr. Alba as he was being escorted into the courthouse. And boy, he looked about as glum as I do the day before I get my monthly paycheck. You know, I've been thinking. That flight attendant, even Mr. Portsman, were all Mr. Alba's secret agents. God, I want that flight attendant. Oh, She was innocent. Correct, the smuggling ring was the common thread between all these incidences. Cammy Melee was to provide support during smuggling ops using her job as a flight attendant. She can support me all day long, dude. And Mr. Portsman wants to manipulate trials related to the ring to end in their favor. Fly Airlines and even the prosecutor's office. No one was safer in the smuggling ring, huh, sir? I suspect there are even more members of the ring spread throughout the world. Yeah, it sounds like such a big off that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. Yeah, but when you cut the head off, well, actually the two heads, Manny and Alba, you cut them, they're gonna want to lay low. Shut up, Bug Gumshoe. What is it, detective? Oh, nothing. It's just, well, come to think of it, Mr. Ernest Armano's trial is still also scheduled for later today, sir. I'm aware of that. Mr. Amano has been working with the smuggling ring now for over 10 years. He used the Amano group's various connections worldwide to assist the ring, but all of that has come to an end as his conglomerate is now undergoing harsh scrutiny. Yeah, it's going to be a clean out. I owe Mr. Amano a debt of gratitude, but he must pay his debt to society. Well, with the arrest of both Mr. Alba and Mr. Amano, I guess about wraps up the KG8 incident as well, huh? I suppose so. The real killer in the KG8 incident 10 years ago was Manny Cochin. And 7 years ago, the killer in the second one was Mac Rell. Those two facts are the unshakable truth. However, it seems that a lot of effort was put into hiding these and other truths from us. And I'll expose it all at the trial today. Trials. You're resolving cases left and right, sir. Right today, aren't you, sir? I'm fucking dealing out truths. CCU and dead man. Perhaps now these two brave souls who tried to make the truth known can rest in peace. By the way, I received some gifts from Ambassador Pelanio. Shrimp, crab, beef. I don't know any of these, so I'm giving them to you. I don't need any of these. What? Seriously, sir? Wait, actually, I don't think I want them either anymore. The way you're holding them, don't tell me they're just coupons, sir. Detective Gumshoe, have you not read the paper recently? Ever since the two countries became Cadovia again, its economy has changed. Really? It seems that Ambassador Pelanio has reported reaped a few benefits of his own from it. He's been announced as the official ambassador of the newly reunified Cadovia. But what a pity. Even though every item he sent is a treasure, you don't seem at all interested. It has to be Kay. Well, if you don't want them, I can give them to my lovely assistant Kay. Wait, that's not what I said. Mr. Edgeworth, please let me have them, sir. What? Actually, come to think of it, where is Kay? How come she's still not here? What the fuck? I was so confused. Okay. Hey, you gotta be more alert than that. Ah! I can't believe you didn't notice. I was even mimicking Mr. Edgeworth's voice for a bit. Good enough. I know I didn't notice you. I realized that voice was yours. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Kay. Okay, I'm gonna give it to her. Langzy says, ferocious love blooms with each new spring. We are fucking yes. Agent Lang, a pleasant surprise to see you here. It's been a long time since I set foot in a courthouse, but I wasn't going to miss. Watching the guy who screwed up my country finally get what's coming to him. Oh. Then something else. I want to see you in action in court. Is that so, Agent Lang? We flushed out all the counterfeit bills, so Zhangfa is finally at peace again. And it's all thanks to you. So I want to say thanks. Wow, I never thought I'd see the good old the day old Wolfie says thanks to Mr. Edgeworth. I should be the one thanking you, Agent Lang. If you hadn't negated Mr. Alba's extraterritorial rights, I would not have been able to bring him to trial. I believe the victory belongs to the both of us in this case. Shared victory, huh? Look, don't get me wrong. I'll still never forgive you prosecutors. And I have zero interest in that truth thing you talk about in court. I've always done things my own way, and that's not about to change. You got that? I see. Well, I believe you should follow your own creed when you do your job. Yeah, and if there's ever someone your precious truth can't catch, feel free to sit around and cry about it all you want. Best for me, I'm gonna get that person no matter what. Alright. It's about time for the trial to start. I will see you later. I'll be watching your performance from the gallery. I'm looking forward to this. I'm prepared for a whole ton of ticker tape for today's victory, sir. I'll help throw some around when Mr. Edgeworth wins. Hope you got enough, because I'm going to call my men up as well. A modest amount of ticker tape goes a long way. The scene shifts to the courtroom, and the final act of this long tale begins. The Legend of the Great Thief is the story of those who chose to dedicate their lives to the pursuit of the truth. Prosecutors are those who seek a guilty verdict for the defendants they meet, and to that end you have no choice but to win by any means necessary. That creed was forced on me since I was very young. However, I no longer think that is all we as prosecutors are, and that is because I talk to myself. Even though I've only been away from the courtroom for a short time, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I've set foot in one. And today, more than any other day, I feel the fight within me rise. Yes! It's fun. I like Edgeworth stuff. There's a lot of fun cases in this. I'm really in Mr. Edgeworth's debt for the other day. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve in the friendly blue skies. Oh, so about my suitcases. I've been selling them on the internet and they've become a real sensation. Thanks to the praise the art world has lavished on my work as being truly postmodern. The airline has chosen me to design their new line of iFly jumbo jets. Just think someday you'll be able to take a ride in my pink-walled, yellow-seated jet. God help us all. Oh no. Not this dude. Edgeworth? Oh, that rudeness of a rude man. Because of him, my time and money is wasted. But more importantly, I am a most fantastic reason. The prima duct statue of the Principality of Kotovia. It weighs a bit light in my hands, but the Ambassador Palenio was more generous. Enjoy that one, dude. Enjoy the fake shit. We finally caught Agent Hicks's killer, and I was able to witness Mr. Alba's teary eyes. Feels good to finally bring something to a close. I received another offer from Interpol to work another case in cooperation with them. However, the Kodofian courts await. Kodofia's air is supposedly to be very fresh, so my wit should find new vigor there, supposedly very fresh. But this was fun. I enjoyed it. I like being on the different side than a defender. Kay! God, she's great. Oh, not Meekins, please. This little patrolman has been fired as of today, sir. I thought it was safe since we found a gun I dropped. But I hadn't noticed that I dropped my police badge, too. I guess what really broke the camel's back was I couldn't find my badge. My little life had suddenly tipped into a dark black hole, sir. I think I'll go to the courthouse and file a complaint with Ruffles, man. Fuck you. I want to hear Cammy Melee. I want to see how she's doing in jail. I want to pay her some conjugal visits. Emma! Babe! Queen! I was actually hoping to talk to Mr. Edgeworth a bit more than I did. I've got to get going and return to Europe. I've still got a long way to go and got stuff to study there. Next time I help Mr. Edgeworth on a case, I'm gonna do it as a real forensic scientist. I'm sure he's gonna need all the help I can give him, scientifically. She's sweet. I love her. She's really cute. Kay's really good too, though. Super sweet. Super fun. Yeah, yes! Like me. Because the kidnapping was staged, I was left off easy. But I won't get going outside much anytime soon, but that's really okay. The only prison I'm forever trapped in is the cage of love. The guard down at the detention center. Well, when he's on guard duty, he has such a cold look in his eyes, just like that prosecutor. Stop it, Lauren. When will you ever learn to stop being a prisoner of love? Imprison me! Oh, please, take me. Lauren's so hot. Ow! It appears there are all sorts of drama that takes place outside the courtroom. Essentially, judges are here day in, day out. I've only heard a few rumors, but heard there's fucking. Apparently, Mr. Edgeworth teamed up with a thief and became a detective. Maybe I should team up with a bailiff and try to become a lawyer or something. You want? Stop! Oh god, I want to team up with Kay and absolutely fuck the shit out of her. Oh god, I hate her. I'm ready for the second one though. I wonder what goes on. I want more Kay. I want Kay everywhere. Phew, I barely managed to escape death yet again. Yeah, but boy, were we lucky to have Mr. Edgeworth help us, huh? Yeah, but because I lost the key, I got fired from my security guard job. Don't let it get you down, Maggie. You still got me. You're right, sir. I won't be sad. I'm going to pick myself up and get through this. Wonder what my next job should be. Oh, this is a kind of fun. Fun shit. Albert deserved to get smacked. Palenio! Why not come to Cadofia for your summer vacation? We have coupons aplenty. Right now our embassy is proud to present our Let's Investigate a Murder show. Although recreating that particular case has created a few small fires of its own. And then we had a few problems with the fire marshals, but the extent will be great. Next event. It will be an attraction entitled Capture the Thief. Of course, I hope to enlist Kay's help in creating our latest attraction. I want to enlist Kay's help. But having, like, the different side, it's really fun. The last case was so fucking long. Holy fuck. That was brutal. I can't believe that Mindy ditched me and went to Japan. But it's okay, because that's how I met Mahiharu. We're planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. Oh, we're going to sell Blue Ocean dogs. They'll sell like hot cake hot dogs for sure. A blue hot dog and a blue bun, I guarantee you'll turn your tongue and your face blue. No, not really the type to work a lot. Really, but... Oh, so I noticed that I really haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently. Wonder what's up. Well, the next time we meet, I'm gonna make him eat one of my dogs. Yeah, that blue guy. I wonder who that blue guy is. Who? I forgot his name. Fuck off, Larry. Bad. And Lang. Today I gave testimony in court today. As a member of the thief. Yo, Mr. Bad. You look well, all things considering. By the way, have you noticed the elements within the ring have begun moving? They're probably fighting over who should succeed over who should be the next boss. Although to be honest, I wish I could forget I'd ever heard of that smuggling ring. Langzi says, thoroughly bite the poisonous snake from head to tail. No one runs afoul of the law and escapes this wolf's fangs. I'll get you all yet. Youth. When did I become so old, I wonder? I've been noticing the gray hairs in my beard more. I think of retiring my mirror. Fuck this mirror. I need a new one. Oh god, Wendy. I was the Pink Princess and the Pink Badger all in the span of 2 days. Talk about busy. But it's alright, because I got a letter from my beloved Edgy-Poo. Please take care of your hip. And when you wish to speak, first take off your headpiece. What does that mean by the last statement? It's not like I enjoy being under headpiece every time I see him. It's been like that all the time. Creepy, fuzzy, pink animal, and one was a pink princess, Greek hero of justice. But ever since I was a young faded, stylish head. Please slow down. K. I want the K update. K! Take me. Whoop! I feel so much better now that the trial is over. As always, your legal prowess was top-notch, sir. Yeah, nothing beat the look on Mr. Alba's face when he revealed the ring's secrets. I was amazed. You're like a totally different person when you step into the courtroom. You should see me when I step into other rooms. Mr. Edgeworth, it always 10 times fiercer in court. Based on the information Mr. Alba offered up, they've begun large-scale operations to clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Francisca and Agent Lang. So what are your plans now, Kay? Oh, well, we've taken care of the creep who killed my father, so I'm not sure. Hey, I know. Maybe I'll just keep on being Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Yes. Are you still trying to steal my job, pal? Just kidding, just kidding. I can't steal anything so important to you, Gummy. Yo, what a relief. Okay. Yeah? Even after all that's happened, are you still planning to become a great thief? Of course! But I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yata Garasu. Whatever, fuck it. Thief. But noble thief. So I'm gonna hold off on doing anything until I make a tight 3-person team of my own. 3-person team? Oh god, no! 3-person team of young beauties the same age as me, if possible. With those criteria, I highly doubt you'll find the 2 other people you need. Emma, her, and probably Maya, right? That would be a funny meme. But not her. Not Maya. Hold out for another one. But her and Emma together, 100%. My father chose to fight for the truth. I think that's what was so noble about him. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, the only things I will ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. I'm gonna work extra hard to make a world where the thief isn't needed. Let's both strive for such a future. Well, I guess it's time for me to get going. Let's see. Okay. Keep your chin up and stay strong, okay? Don't be a stranger. No. Okay, please. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be sure to break the lock on the window and sneak in. Yes! If you could, I'd appreciate it if you came into the building's front door. It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. The lock on my window at home has been broken forever. Oh, one last thing before I go. Let's take a group picture, just the 3 of us. Just the 2 of us. Yeah, commemorative photo. Every big case has to end with one. Sure. No. Hey, why not? Don't tell me you're a camera shy, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course not, detective. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm taking the picture now. Thank you. This is the... Hey, come on. Come back here. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't run away from this one, sir. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Stop that. I can't be seen doing that. Okay, I'm totally taking it now. Say cheese! I love Gay. Super cute. And thus, the long tale of the KGN incident came to a close. It saw the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. But there is little time to rest and relax. For I'm eager to tackle the investigation into a new case. The reason for my eagerness is it happened tomorrow. I want to pursue the truth. And I want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. As someone who has chosen to live my life as a prosecutor. That is my new creed. God, oh, it's so great. Wholesome. Great story. I'm ready for the second one. Ace Attorney always has good fun stuff. Good cases, good characters. It's always fun. But I like investigations a little more than just regular defensive stuff. I feel like it's got a different vibe to it. But on to the number 2. Hopefully Kay's in that one a lot, because I really love seeing her. And hopefully Emma too, God please. No old bag though. Thank you. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. all that good old fucking meme. More important, sub. That's the most important part. Anyone who watches and doesn't, I don't want you watching. Memed. And Discord, if you want to talk more, join the community. Patreon, if you like what I do, want to see more of my content, go over there. $1 a month. Fun stuff. Thank you, and have a great day.